Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges, and Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's Collaborative Suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and fun. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying productive? At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's Collaborative Suite, has been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. Trello keeps everyone on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com.
Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ren and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arm and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, conquer down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to another episode of Dumb People Town. Population Glassman. Rick Glassman. R.G. R to the G? Is that what it is? I don't know how we say it.
That's the Succession rap.
Welcome to the show, brother.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm so happy to have you on. We've hung out before. I've been a fan of your work. We
judged the roast battle.
Judged the roast battle together. Remember that?
I do. There was something that, and I don't just want anybody to forget. Before we started, there was a setup where you guys were ribbing each other, and then I said that I don't want to be in the middle of it, but it looks like I'm forced to. So
Too late. Third base. Third base. Too late. You are in the middle of everything, and I'm so happy you're here. I think you are uniquely designed to rock this podcast.
Oh, wow.
As we delve into the world of the dumb, which is our world.
He's trying to curry your favor because you are in between us. And
Jay, he's on my side. Don't even think that he's on your side.
He's technically on my side, too.
So the world's getting dumber. I don't know if you believe that.
Unfortunately, especially with this presidency.
Folks. Yeah. World getting dumb. That's a new take. I have not heard that at all.
Yeah. Well,
wait, you're down on this guy?
What the fuck? What's his problem? So the world's getting dumber. We have to fight back.
It's a new take.
It is. So we have to get these great stories sent to us by our fans, and then we
dumb people doing dumb things. We try to understand their behavior. The only way to fight back is comedy. Daniel Van Kirk, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, friends?
Should we jump into one?
Let's do
I haven't
one.
seen Rick since we went to a mutual game night almost 2
MGN.
years ago.
MGN
Yeah.
mutual game.
Yeah, the mutual game night. A lot of mafia. Rick was very good at the game.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're good at deceiving and pleading your case. You're good on both ends.
Well, I grew up with a Jewish mother. That joke doesn't even make sense.
And we'll
Guys,
be
that's
right
the show.
back.
You
And
say
that's
it.
it.
It wasn't his mother. It was just a Jewish mother who he grew up
A
with.
Jewish mother doesn't even signify
AJM.
that it was-
You guys want to do a story?
Let's do it.
Okay, ready? Sent in by Jared Miller at J Radimus, Radimus.
Jay Rattabias.
Thank you, Jared Miller.
Thanks, Jared.
I'm going to read you the headline because it just gets more fun from there. Thief tries to steal flute by sticking it down the back of his pants. Now, you'd think that could work.
What is the term when they say... What is the
Death
term?
row pull.
Playing the flesh flute? Was that
is-
a thing that people
That's
said?
giving a blowjob.
Is it
What are
playing
you
the flesh
guys,
flute?
6th grade? And you're like saying terms for things you don't know
Blow-
how they work yet?
blowing
You
the
go play the flesh
You-
flute?
you
I
play a mean
I think
flesh
it's blowing the flesh flute. I think that was
Are you
right.
thinking of the rusty trombone?
No, that's
I don't know.
No, you know what that is.
a rusty trombone.
trombone.
Yeah, that's when when you
Okay.
play the trombone and you leave it out in the rain, and then someone fucks you in the
This is-
butt.
Oh,
yeah,
wait a
that's-
second.
It isn't that either.
That's not it.
I am
can't
not
be it.
aware.
So he
Okay.
put the flute in the back of his pants.
Sure.
So far, it checks.
Janesville, Wisconsin. From
Okay.
WMTV.
Can I say this? So I went to go see the band Whitney, our buddies in the band Whitney at the Wiltern, and opening up for them was a band called La 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 La. There was a wonderful woman and the lead guitarist, another woman, stopped playing guitar for one song, pulled out a flute and played a flute solo
And as soon as she started playing the flute, the crowd went wild. Like people go wild.
Is it because they were fired for the flute, or is it she's known for pulling out a flute and this is her her time?
She stole the flute and had it in the back of her pants.
Yeah, she pulled it out of the back of her. No,
Much like me playing Piano Man at the karaoke bar.
You were amazing, Dan.
I just had a harmonica.
Dan brought a harmonica to a karaoke.
I have a harmonica with me at all times.
Do you really?
Just in
right
case.
now?
Yeah.
Are you good?
No.
Oh.
Do you
But I
really have
really
one
do.
with you?
Yeah, 100%.
Get it.
Get it
Get
out.
it right now. Get it right now.
He
and
will.
I
He
You know
will.
what? This is the one time I forgot my bag.
Oh yeah.
I swear to God.
Okay.
It's in my Toronto
right.
Blue Jays fanny pack.
Okay.
Where is it? Is that in the other room?
I shouldn't have left
By
that
the way,
out there.
Dan
Yeah.
is from Chicago.
Rebecca might go get it.
He's
and
not
I
a
want to have a
Blue
It's
Jays
just
little.
on the little black table out there, or maybe in a chair.
Hey.
Okay.
Oh, baby, don't you want
People went
go?
nuts for
Not good at it.
People went nuts for the flute, which led me to believe that maybe the flute is more coveted than we thought as far as an instrument.
And that's why someone would steal it?
Yeah,
Huh.
I'm trying to ask, like, what type of a person would want to steal a flute?
I
so
do
bad?
think per pound, the flute is one of the more expensive instruments.
Really?
Yeah. It's a light, little, easy thing.
Right.
That is probably, and I don't know for sure, but I imagine a good flute's probably somewhere between $800 and $2,000.
What?
A good flute.
Jay, look up
gonna
on
Google.
Look up
Amazon
good
a
flute.
A
flute.
recorder
Good
or a
flute.
pan flute. Look what I have.
What does a good flute cost? Dan,
You
get
guys
it.
want to know something about
Play a li-
traveling?
Play a little.
It's difficult to travel with a harmonica.
Why? Because people think it's a weapon,
They think it's a mag,
a razor blade,
a magazine, and so I have to take it out every single time I.
Dan,
travel.
I'm sorry. Stop talking and start playing.
I'm not good, guys.
A little, Dan.
Stop. A
Just
little of Piano Man.
How about that?
No, a little of Piano Man.
I don't know it.
Da-da-da-da-da.
It's not good.
No.
Wait, you're bringing this with you everywhere. You travel with it. You can't play one
How
thing.
did you?
Practice, I'm
How did you
learning.
know it? At
Because I had drunk confidence.
all right.
Tell these people how good
in
was
New
that?
York. So in New York, after we did the live Dumb People Town at the Bell House,
That was so good.
we went to Sing. Was it called Sing
Sing
Sing? Sing Sing
Making
on
someone who plays harmonica is listening to this and being like, "Oh, they hate me." I get it.
on
I'm
the
learning.
Lower East Side, and Dan did Piano Man and pulled out his own harmonica, and like the
place
crowd
went
went
nuts.
wild. Not as wild as they went to when the girl played the flute. But
All right, so I have
Okay,
I have a
this
game
is-
to play.
guess how much?
Guess how much a good flute, and I've looked at a couple.
You don't think that this would actually come up in the story we're doing about a stolen flute?
Do you want me to not do this?
Don't say.
No, go ahead.
No,
Should we wait?
No, go it. Let's
Okay.
do it.
What do you think a good flute runs you? These
already
days?
said-
Well, I now, based on you thinking this would be a good game, instead of saying you were spot on, I realize I'm off.
Well, you
What
don't
did you
know.
say? Two to
I
three?
said between
800
800 to 2,000.
So just throw it in. Throw your guess.
Yeah,
in.
there, $1,800.
$1,800. What do you got, Rand?
$750.
I mean, I can't. Do you want me to guess based off of me reading the story? Because I think it's a good flute in the
Just
story.
guess a number, man.
$500.
Get your answers in, townies, because a good flute goes for $468.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Also, I
good.
kind of cheated.
Okay,
did cheat.
go. All right, go.
All right.
On Amazon.
Okay.
I said 750.
Here we go.
Good
Janesville,
flute on
Wisconsin. WMTV. WMTV.
That's not a real thing.
It is.
I like the way you did it like
want-
Paul Giamatti before.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
I want my WMTV.
A would-be shoplifter used a rather strange tactic in an attempt make-off with some merchandise, and it was all caught on camera. That is a horribly written sentence.
Make
I'll
off.
also say there's a little like bias in there to call him an attempted while
Make-off.
saying almost made off with.
Right.
Like they're just letting us know beforehand, this did not go well
At
for the,
all.
for the flute
No.
thief.
Surveillance
Bad
video
choice.
at Voight Music Center. John's
Shout out
got
to
his
Voight.
own place.
Shout out to Voight.
In downtown Janesville. Been there many times.
You have not.
Yes, I have.
been to
It's on the way to
Janesville,
the
Wisconsin?
cabin.
Janesville,
You
Wisconsin?
you cut right through there's a Harley Davidson dealership and a Hooters. My car broke down in Janesville. Actually,
music
grandma's car.
A
broke
Harley
down in
Davidson
Janesville.
and a Hooters should always.
Yeah.
That's like the Domino's and Taco Bell. Like that should all be connected.
KFC.
always.
Yeah, that's a combo.
Also, what if you're going to break down and like you have to be somewhere where you get to say I don't want to be here? Unfortunately, I'm looking at Harleys. I'm looking at tits.
100%.
Yeah, this
You're
is
there.
great.
Ride a hog and then go be a pig.
Look at you.
Look
that
at
was
you.
good.
That's really good. We'll
At
be right
Sklar
back.
Brothers.
Harleys and
I
Hooters.
just got a knowing nod from Rebecca Steimer.
Surveillance video at Voight Music Center in downtown Janesville caught the cheeky thief in the act. In the
Stop
video,
it.
you can see the man has a massive flute
Cheeky
down
thief, come on.
his pants and running up his back. That was the shocking part, I thought. I couldn't help but laugh about it, said Tony Farrell. Farrell says on Friday, a man milled about the store a bit before zeroing in on the flute. He took it right off the wall and walked over there with it in his hand, said Farrell.
Walked over there. Could
Like,
you
we know where
could you
he's
be
talking
less
about.
descriptive?
Also, no,
Well, where did he walk? Over
Music-
there?
Is there a picture maybe?
we're going to get no music instrument store is so busy that they aren't going to see you steal an instrument.
Like, to me, the flute should be in the front, and those should be impulse buys on your way out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Wait, you're saying you're buying your drum kit and you're looking over like this is less than $500.
Almost out the door, but I'm gonna get. Let me get a pack of gum and a flute.
Your kids are like, "Can I get a
You guys,
flute?"
you guys want a piccolo? Does anyone here want a piccolo? All right, we'll throw in a piccolo too. We'll get out.
Is piccolo smaller than flute or bigger than
piccolo
flute?
is smaller than flute.
I also feel the need because I don't think you
I
guys
gotta
realize
see if that's true.
Voight Music Store is fucking packed constantly.
just
no.
besieged by.
There's one person in there
customers.
being like, "Can I get new strings?" That's all that's happening.
You know our music story, right?
What?
When we played, Jay and I.
Oh my
played-
God, we did Suzuki violin in 3rd grade.
Shared a violin, rented a violin from music store, Mississippi River. You know all that stuff.
Terrible. We were the worst.
We were terrible, and our teacher was like, "You guys are awful."
Although, can I say to you, that is the proest move of all. Forget the flute, forget me and my harmonica. If somebody whips out a fiddle violin deal during The Devil Went Down to Georgia,
It's amazing.
everyone leaves.
Pro move.
Yes, that's the biggest pro
So
move.
we should do The Devil Went Down to Georgia on that. We have to do
that's
that
a
on
good
karaoke next time. Anyway, Jay and I were playing, Rick, and our teacher was like, "You guys suck. You're
But
terrible."
like, she never really looked at what we were doing.
No, she just-
kind of
there
said
were-
it
because it
She's
wasn't
like,
just the
"Someone
two of
sounds
us."
bad over there, and was pointing.
I
at
think we
us.
need to explain this. We did this in school, so there were like 20 kids playing the violin, so it wasn't just private lessons with someone. So no one's really paying that much attention. We go to return the violin 6 weeks after this course, or 6 months, or whatever.
It was in the spring after the year.
We turned it in back to the store, and the store's like, "This only has 3 strings on it."
So you didn't even know that you were playing a violin
That
it
wasn't
a
enough
violin.
strings on it.
That's how
So,
good
like,
the
that's how-
instruction was. in that
Sometimes
class.
it's the instrument.
I don't have it. I want to pitch it. Maybe one of you guys could make this for me. Is there something to you guys returning this violin, which is nice? You don't have to buy it. It's not a commitment. Where
Rental.
there's something involved where there's no strings attached. We don't have to answer it now, but if you think of something, I'd love to hear it.
One string not attached.
no string attached.
No string attached.
That's really.
Shout out to Voight.
He went right behind where a camera is and put it down the back of his pants. It was just so ridiculous. I just would not expect someone to be so stupid that they would hide something right in front of a security camera. Are you guys ready to watch this video?
How
Piccolo
often?
smaller than a flute, by the way.
By the way, how
letting you know.
often and how much do you have to
Depends
clean?
on how you use it.
That's right.
It's not the size of the piccolo. It's the motion.
of the.
And I'm
flute.
sorry. Go ahead.
How much they have to clean this thing? All right, you ready?
Okay, look at him.
Yeah, there he goes. He's wearing a jacket. So that okay, and the flute's in the.
Look at how bad he is at hiding. He has a flute.
And he's walking around like he owns the place. You don't own Voight.
This
And by the way, he's walking around looking at other items.
It's comical how he's stolen it.
I mean, by the way,
It's
you
more
have
of a cry for help.
he has a jacket and it's still not over it in the back.
he looks like the kind of guy that waits like extra long after like a live Dan Harmon show just to talk to Dan about a lot of things.
And his first question is, "Do you like my jacket?"
Yeah.
Is there a world where we find out that is Voight and you just wanted to get on the podcast?
I hope so. I would endorse that move.
That is the type of a leather coat that they don't make anymore.
Have you guys ever
and it
stolen
flakes.
anything? Have you guys ever stolen
They stole
something?
from the gas station.
We stole from the gas station we
So
worked
and
at.
yes, we used to steal bulk food from a supermarket when we were in Israel.
Oh, in Israel. And you guys
we
got
caught,
caught.
busted. Guy like
Busted.
walked behind.
Have you
us
ever
and-
stolen anything?
When I was very young,
What'd you
I've
steal?
stolen twice.
What were they?
Once was $50 from my dad, but I gave it back the next day. I was like 9. I wanted a
alone.
Game Boy.
Yeah.
And then the second time was at camp. Do you remember those bottles of glass you put sand in and then you put sticks in and it makes sand art?
Yes.
Yeah.
So my mom's coming to pick me up, and I saw that sitting there, and I took it, and I got in the car, and I showed it to my mom and my grandma, and they couldn't believe how good of a job I did. And then it wasn't just the stealing; it was that they thought I did something good that I didn't do.
So you stole the accolades.
I stole the accolades, and I didn't return the sand, but I did return the accolades by the time we got home, and I never stole again.
You said
Beautiful.
until you stole the $50 from your.
No, the 50 was first.
First,
and I
okay.
returned it, and I thought, you know what? I got to give the stealing thing another try.
exactly.
I got to hold on to it.
And then you played the song Shaggy, It Wasn't Me.
Yeah.
And they asked, did
Just
you
for
really
yourself.
make this?
Yes.
Yes.
Wasn't me.
Farrell's mother, who also works at the store, so these two are running Voight.
boy.
confronted the would-be thief before he could walk out the door.
That guy's mother?
No,
No,
not the thief's mother, but the guy who's giving all the quotes.
The guy who works here.
Right.
Yeah,
Something
and his
Farrell.
mother both
Tony
confronted him.
Farrell. Tony Farrell,
Farrell.
who works at the Voight with his mom. They must own the
Hey,
store.
what you got, Dan? How did they approach him? Because you know how this goes.
Yeah, what did they say?
Hey, where you going? Hey, where you going there?
What you doing today?
Leaving. No. Not doing
No,
nothing.
you're not.
No, you're not. Come here for a sec. Okay. That's
What?
the other thing, too. They would walk over to you. Okay.
Okay. Hey, can I check out what's in your pants?
No, I got to get on. I got to get back on the road. I'm going up to the mouse house. No.
When he got caught, another thief who just made their way out pulled a little violin out of her pocket. Yeah. And, oh, fuck, I don't like that joke. I'm so mad.
It's okay. Bail on it.
Played
Some
the
people
tiniest
tell.
violin in the world.
tiniest
I forgot to say
Hang on.
tiniest. I just said little.
I'm going to play the tiniest violin for that joke. My sympathy that you pulled that joke out.
Farrell's mother,
got
who
me.
also works at the store, caught the thief before he would walk out the door. She asked him what he had in his pants. Here's what he said back to her, quote,
Can we guess?
A puma that you can't.
Yeah, I'd like to hear
handle.
your guesses if you don't mind.
A
6,000 pounds.
raging case of herpes.
6,000 pounds of steel.
quote, I got a flute, and that's where I keep my flutes.
I got a flute.
Hey there, what's in your pants?
I got a flute, and that's where I keep my flute.
That's where I keep my
That's where I
flute.
keep my flutes.
Is this a Bruce McCullough character?
Yeah.
I got a flute.
This kid, he got a flute in his
And he
pants.
keeps his flutes there.
Tony Farrell, recalled that was what the mom told that is what the man told his mom. Quote, and so she pulled it out of his pants and she said, "You keep your flute with your tag on it in the back of your pants?"
I love that she's trying to bust him.
No. But like, she could have easily just right away been like, give us
Give us
that
the
flute
flute.
back. But instead, she wants to like make a mom lesson out of this
She
thing,
wants
like
to
a
hang-
long one.
she
Maybe
wants-
she's also not sure. Maybe she's like, okay, something doesn't add up here. But
Let me-
let's see.
He's too
Yeah,
confident.
do you have a reason to tell me why the tag? Maybe you have a reason the tag's on.
I
So
got
she's
plenty of
sleuthing.
reasons.
She's sleuthing right now.
I'm waiting for my check, and I wanted a flute. It's already mine.
Well, where do you keep your flute?
In my flute
pants
pocket,
where
which
I
is my
keep-
butt.
Oh, okay. That's not a pocket, sir. There's a crack for
The
it.
man, this is what I love. The man made small talk and then calmly walked out the front door. Okay, then, good to see you.
Weather's been kind of weird lately, hasn't it?
Did he hand the flute back?
She
Yes,
already took it.
she
She pulled
took
it
it.
out of his flute
So he didn't get arrested.
pocket. No, he got away empty-handed. But now Tony Farrell now has a soiled glute flute on his hands.
That's
Glute flute.
ridiculous.
Quote, I wasn't sure what to do with the flute. I didn't feel good about anyone ever having to touch it again. It just touched a man's butt. Does this guy not
wash
know
it
what
out.
disinfectant
Dude,
is?
he farted the flute solo to Going Up the Country.
There he goes. I didn't feel good about anyone having to touch it again. I couldn't in good conscience let anyone ever put their lips on that instrument at any time.
We had
you know?
to put the flute down. We took it out in the back and put it down.
That's when Farrell got a bright idea. Quote, hey, what the heck? Let's make something good out of it. Conversation piece. He turned the instrument into a beautiful lamp. This is a flute that costs $500.
Turn it into a lamp.
Turn it into a lamp.
What
It
does
is-
that mean? You put like a wire through the flute and then.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Do we have a picture of the lamp?
Nope. It's kind of a reminder to people that maybe you should think twice before you steal from a small business. Maybe that's his
what he's
farting.
Hey, you know what? Playing that song? That was a bright idea.
He farted this.
What is this song again? What is this
Just
song
picture
again?
a guy with his eyes closed pushing for 2 minutes.
Every 6 years, this gets used in a new car ad.
Yes.
Every 6 years.
Yes.
We'll cut to a clip.
You're trying to do a live version of it? Stop.
Everybody, listen up. If you guys, they're selling beer in the back there, make sure you take care of that.
Thanks for coming out to the.
So glad everybody came into our tent.
Hey, this is a country fair. So rules are you don't have to watch our show. Just please keep the talking down.
That's good.
The country.
Think twice before you steal from a small business. Tony Farrell thinks he solved the problem. He just ruined his own small business. You
He
could have
lost
sold
it.
this for half price.
Unless he sells the lamp for $2,000 back to this guy.
I think you
That's what I
have
always thought a flute did go for.
$2,000.
$2,000. I say I mean, if you're gonna clean that, it's got to like sit in like OxyClean.
I don't
for
think
3
it's
days.
that big of a deal.
Either. It was just against.
I don't
his
have
ass.
instrument. I haven't put up my ass yet.
Hang on a second. You play the
Don't
tuba.
have instrument.
I know for a fact you play the tuba.
This is a trombone callback.
Wait a second, rusty trombone.
We've had lots of dumb criminals before that have gotten caught doing stupid things, but
To call
this
this
is
guy
the
a
best.
criminal is
I
an
know.
insult
It's
to
an
criminals.
insult to crime.
You cannot call this guy a criminal.
This guy's not a criminal.
no.
This guy did not
He's
know.
dumb.
He was dumb. He's
Also,
a guy
if
who
you've
thought he
had-
could pull a move.
If you've had lots of criminals before, and this constantly happens, it seemed very easy for him to do it until he walked away.
Right.
Maybe fool me once, and then
Shame on me.
Yeah, fool me twice.
Shame on the flute.
Shame on you.
Oh, shame
well,
on you.
how is
Haven't you
there-
heard that before?
I said shame on the flute.
I know.
Also, maybe
I was
stop
just joking.
letting them go.
Well, Dan, how about this? How is there more security for like Gillette razor refills than there are on the flutes?
Yeah, Jay is saying the flute should be
Put the
behind
flutes
case.
in a glass that
with
a
a
guy
case.
remember
It makes
who's
a
the
noise
comedian?
whenever you open it.
Brian McFadden.
Brian McFadden. I need the key.
This is a joke that people know.
He used to do a bit about how like when
Brian McFadden.
Brian McFadden. The bit was that when you go to the supermarket and
We're
the
almost
guy doesn't. They can't figure out what
Sure.
you're doing with the items, and then all of a sudden they need to open the thing, and they're like, "I need the key."
Is he
And-
Jewish?
No, he was like, and then Gozar, this mysterious, ethereal figure.
Gozar the
Keymaster. It's such a like 1980s like comedy cadence. It's,
I like it.
I need the key. Gozar the Keymaster. So that's what they need. They need to put the flutes in a case with a key. If you want them, you need to talk
If
to
you
my
don't,
mother.
so what Jason is saying is,
I love it. There's
Jason
so many
is,
good drops
what
in
Jason
this
is saying is that
Way to control
if-
your phone, Rand.
If you
Rick Glassman's between us.
listen,
He's got
and
it.
Rick
Have
will,
to be.
Rick will agree with me. If you do not put your flutes behind glass behind the front counter, they will be up someone's ass.
It's
Yeah.
a good rule.
Put them behind glass, or they're going up someone's ass.
We'll get out of here in this. Tony Farrell says the flute is worth $500, but he's not planning on selling the lamp. So you just wanted an excuse to make a lamp.
Hey, making a lamp. That's a pretty bright idea.
Thank
Folks,
you, flute lamp.
it is.
Flute lamp. Second time he did the joke, better response the second
Because
time.
he committed to it more.
All right, there you go. First story down in the books. When we come back, we're going to talk about Rick's podcast and his YouTube channel. Take your shoes off. Just do it now, and then we'll explain it later. It's Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound for more Dumb People Town.
Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying connected and productive? And then there's your newest coworker, the cat. Well, your friends at Trello have been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Trello keeps everyone organized and on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Teams of all shapes and sizes at companies like Google, Fender, Costco, and likely your favorite neighborhood coffee shop all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com. It's a trying time that challenges all of our basic assumptions. However, one thing that brings us all together is our common humanity. Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges. And Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format. Plus, tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Teams of all shapes and sizes in companies like Google, Fender, and even Costco all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. No matter what device you're using, computer, tablet, or phone, Trello syncs across all of them, so you can stay up to date on all the things your team cares about. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to DPT. That's Dumb People Town, and our guest is Rick Glassman. He's got a great new podcast. It's called Take Your Shoes Off. You were kind of explaining to us what that
how in
comes
the
from.
world are we coming up with this idea?
What does
of
it
taking your
mean
shoes off?
and why?
It
do
is
people
about
need to
Japanese
listen to it?
culture, right?
I'm really put on the spot here.
Yeah.
It isn't about Japanese culture. We
Okay.
reference Japanese culture
Okay.
in every episode a little bit.
Thank you. Good.
So it's called Take Your Shoes Off. Thanks for asking. As a child, I had a pretty severe obsessive compulsive disorder.
Which made you do what?
Steal.
Tapping, a lot of tapping. If somebody would touch me, I'd have to touch them back. If I went around a pole, I'd have to go around the other way. Putting my socks on took like 4 or 5 minutes every time and had to fit right.
Yep.
A myriad of other things.
It's amazing.
Thank you. So much.
Yeah.
But so as I've gotten older, things have gotten better. But still, in my house, I have a lot of control issues. So it's when I leave my house, it's easy. When I'm home, I have a lot of things. So unfortunately, I don't really have people come over too much. I'm trying to get past that. And also, I wanted to start a podcast, and I thought a little immersion therapy, and also it makes it fun for me. Let me invite people in. I say take your shoes off because that's an easy one. It makes it feel like I'm saying make yourself comfortable.
Sure.
Right? But
Take
it's
your
really
shoes
like this is one of my million things.
Take them off because
Yeah,
dirt will come in my house.
Yes.
It's a dirt thing.
It's a yeah.
Just an unsettling.
It's not just dirt. It's
Yeah,
not
it's
just dirt. It's
unsettling.
just like it's
Bringing the outside in.
that's it. Like even my clothes right now, they were washed. These are now outside clothes. So when I go home, I take these off.
Yeah.
And I don't put them in the washer yet because they're not dirty. I put them on when I leave the house again.
They're in closed purgatory.
Unfortunately, they're in closed, and I don't have a closed purgatory closet.
Can
a
we
CPC.
please make a CPC? We
Yeah.
need a closed purgatory closet right now.
That's one. When I would love to have a house where I have a CPC. That being said,
You need a mudroom and a closet in the mudroom.
yeah.
Okay.
I got you.
So
I got
anyway,
you.
blah 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 blah.
Because of what's going on. And I,
So
by the
your
way,
clothes are almost like a,
This all
a
makes
body
sense to me.
jacket.
my clothes are a body jacket.
A body jacket that you put on when you go back out again.
Love Body Jacket.
Thank
it's a
you.
great movie.
it's like your
Full
Iron Man
body
outfit.
jacket.
Yeah.
This is an Iron Man outfit.
Yeah, I guess my special power is not having to go. Don't touch me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was Iron Man's too. I don't know if you ever spent
Did
any
you?
time
And
with
I
so,
haven't seen it yet.
so do you get into these
Sorry,
issues
spoiler alert.
with your guests? Do you get into this stuff with your guests, or is it just a regular conversation? But you're managing your own.
It depends on the guest.
anxiety?
A lot of times it kind of happens organically because when people sit down and the things they're doing, I have to like. And it's nice because it's something that I would either hide or do but be shameful for or have to develop some type of bit to overcompensate how I
Yeah.
explain to somebody.
Yeah.
But when they sit down not to put the coffee there or to do this or blah, 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 blah.
great.
So it kind of organically comes up. And when people who have obsessive compulsive disorder or something that they can relate to come on, that ends up being.
That's what they talk about.
This is fascinating.
Love it.
I mean, I have to say, all of the things that the reasons why you're doing what you're doing or this affects your life all make sense to me because the world is a dirty place and there are germs and stuff like that. Like, I make sense. I don't want to feed into your OCD, but like,
yeah.
it all makes sense. You're
That's
like,
what makes
yeah.
it tough because with a lot of anxiety disorders, it feels intuitive. It's like this is the feeling, even though logically I know this doesn't make sense. I have to keep tapping this or whatever.
No,
but logically, there's still like listen, man. I get that I'm making a bigger deal out of it than it is, but like you're stepping on poop, man.
Yeah. Well, it's and just there's for
Talking
the
about
rest
the poop that's in your apartment,
right.
But when you walk in, there's
just a mile
Yes.
of poop.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, but the idea that like for the rest of us, we're like, oh, we can just look past it, or we just don't think about it.
Yeah, no, I think the general.
Which one is it?
I think the general population puts the rug down over the figurative rug over all of the messiness and just ignores it. I think someone who has OCD or is obsessed with it is constantly pulling the rug up, saying, "This is what's going on everywhere, and I know about it."
What about
so
your
I can ignore it."
glasses?
Thank you.
Oh, I love your glasses, but I'm saying, are they? Where do they go?
Are
in
they
the,
a character in the show? Are you
Do
asking?
they go in
Oh, no,
the?
a space.
Do they go in the
Outdoor?
the purgatory room as well?
So, yeah, my glasses do, and I'm not worried about that because nobody really touches them. The phone, however.
Oh, my
Shout
God.
out to phone soap. I don't
Shout
know if
out.
this works. I saw it on Shark Tank, but
Phone
every time I
soap?
go home, it's like what you like dentists use. I go home, I put it in. It's 10 minutes of ultraviolet, whatever, and then it apparently gets rid of 99.9% of the
I
germs.
love it. I'm in.
But yeah.
Dude, I'm impressed.
I'm in.
But I do want to say, and we talked about it for a bit, which is fun because I wanted to, and thank you. But I'm so happy with this, both me having these conversations with people, and the guests have been awesome. I just had David Wayne on, Dak Shepard, Blake Griffin. I mean, they're really cool guests.
people.
But I'm having these people over, and I feel better, like because the cameras are on me, and I want to create this product. I want to be funny and or free.
But you're
All right,
facing a
we'll
fear.
do it.
Fine.
So
I would
you
love
are
to have you guys
getting-
on.
You are getting the immersion part.
But
that
yeah,
you want.
I'm feeling feeling bad. And I have a new girlfriend. It's the first person I've dated in 2 years, and she lives in London, so she was just here for 6 weeks living with me, and
She lived with you.
It was tough for a little bit, and I don't want to waste time because that's not the theme of the podcast. But there were some tough moments of having her there.
Sure, of course.
And having her there, but also really this podcast has helped me so much.
I love it
because I've been talking about it and having people over with their things, and
you're dealing with it.
You're facing the fears.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this
that's
is
beautiful.
You guys are being real kind.
Not at all.
I actually think it is.
fascinating.
I think it is super fascinating. In the same way that we face the fear.
Take your shoes off.
Our greatest fear,
Yeah.
which is the dumb
Take
typification
your
of happening in
smarts
the
off.
world. Take your shoes off.
Take your brain off.
Hey, and check it out. And there's got a YouTube page too, right? Because your video.
It's great. Big production, 3 cameras, lots of stuff.
Oh
It's
God
fun.
damn it. And you have a jib too, and a.
I have a jib.
It's amazing.
It's
Studio
just
audience.
it's a single shot though, just up high up. I don't have
Got
anybody to
Got
operate it.
Yao Ming is working.
Three
the camera.
drone flyovers in every podcast.
I can't believe. And you just
It's
have
so expensive.
and a
unreal.
military flyover just for no reason.
Yeah, we always have to hold for sound. We never even use it.
It's more of a hindrance than anything else. Why am I still paying for it?
MOAH.
All right, should we get into our second story?
Yes,
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Here we go. Sent in by Jay Melville at Quack79. This comes from 6abc.com. Henrico County, Virginia. Nearly a year after a Glen Allen neighborhood woke up to find dozens of vintage box television sets sitting on their front porch.
Okay, that to me sounds awesome.
Yeah, who's mad at
It
that?
used to be pink flamingos.
Right.
Yeah,
Now
the
it's-
strange circumstance has happened again.
So they're
people
saying
are
it's
waking up in
aliens?
this neighborhood with old
Right.
school TVs just sitting on their porch.
Well,
no one knows where they
What's
came
the movie
from.
with the water?
Jurassic Park?
Like
No,
wa-
there's
like
cups
water
of
for
water
chocolate?
everywhere. It was a M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Signs?
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway, unrelated. Go on.
I love that you called him Shyamalan.
Did somebody say Jaws?
Shyamalan.
Who said Jaws?
I think you call it M. Nat Shyamalan.
M. Nat
The
Shyamalan.
Abyss?
Got to get
You
him on
know
the pod.
that M. Nat Shyamalan and his movies. There's a twist in every
I
movie.
speak
I
in
love
Western.
his movie, The Fifth Sense.
No, it was just he was dead the whole time.
Who?
Come back here with that
Shyamalan.
flute.
Shyamalan was dead when he directed it the whole
What flute?
time.
I know.
This is where I keep my flutes in my flute pants.
Only this time, the culprits, who apparently dropped off the TVs, were caught on several neighbors' doorbell cameras. The discoveries were made by families in the Hampshire neighborhood Sunday morning.
So these aren't porch pirates.
Mike Kroll, huh?
They're not porch pirates. They're,
No, they're-
porch.
What would you say there?
Porch
Providers.
givers?
Porch
providers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Michael Kroll spotted a TV set on his doorstep when he went to let the dogs outside. I thought.
Are you related to Nick Kroll?
I know every time.
Like, to me, this sounds like the other guys.
Diana?
When I went to let the dogs that I rescued outside. Oh, you rescued dogs?
Why is that relevant?
Well, if you knew him, they more actually rescued me.
Who rescued you? I mean, what?
I thought.
Anyway, the dogs that I rescued walked into the TV sets.
I
You know,
thought
because I have to be really careful. I need to let them out a lot, and I just I give them an
Sure, that
extraordinary
is
amount
nowhere near what we need to talk
Well, they
about.
poop a
here.
lot because they give them all organic, natural food.
that I cook
Okay.
for them. So
If I'm not going to eat it, I'm not going to have my dog eat it. What do you not understand?
Cool.
So yeah, they went outside.
So you eat your dog's food. is what
My
you're
dog
saying?
eats my food.
My
No,
dog
I
eats
need
Well,
to-
it
I
kinda
want to
goes
make
both
sure.
ways, though,
I
doesn't it?
put
I'm
an
trying to
napkin-
retrain and reacclimatize their stomachs to a natural society.
Dogs are a lot better than regular human
I
beings.
just
as
care
companions.
so much. It's really hard
Did you
for
or
me
did
to
you not have
do
a
it.
TV on your porch?
Dogs?
Yes, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. We're
sorry,
talking
let's
too
get
much about
back
the
to
dogs
that.
I rescued.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Let's get back
They
to
are
that.
so cute, by the way. I also foster a lot of
Let
them.
me just say, dog spelled backwards is God. Anyway, go
You know,
ahead.
dog backwards is the only word that does spell God.
What? Dog.
Dog backwards is
Very
the
nice.
only word that spells God
Sure,
backwards.
checks out.
folks?
I thought my son brought it home, but apparently not, Kroll said. I think it's just a prank. Kroll speculated bored college students may be responsible. They had way too much time on their hands if they had all these TVs to spread them in the neighborhood. Kroll
Bored
said.
college
Bored
students.
college students. That's such a blanket statement.
Because
Bored
if you're in
college-
college and you have something to do,
Yeah.
Right.
They're just
Bored college students are doing Molly. They're
That's
not
what-
dropping TVs
TV
off
sets
at your
off,
house.
well, they're dropping something. Is dropping is
So you dropping
Molly
a
a drop?
tab.
Molly's a
tab.
drop.
It's you drop a tab. Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah.
So I've been told.
Michael Kroll said, I think it's funny in some ways, ellipses.
Some
now,
ways.
if my whole front yard was covered with TVs, I'd get upset. Great.
Really?
Thank you.
Any other hypotheticals?
Yeah.
Jim Brooksbank.
This one seems to really be getting to you. This one's really bothering you.
No, this guy.
Jim Brooksbank.
Jim Brooksbank has never gotten the joke.
Jim Brooksbank. I don't get it.
Jim, I don't get it. Brooksbank.
Right.
Jim Brooksbank.
Jim Brooksbank coached Little League well after his kids were
Yeah,
born.
Jim Brooksbank
Well.
wore a tie to coach Little League.
Yep.
Jim Brooksbank said he found an old tube-style 13-inch TV on his porch. It's sort of funny. He wants to be known as the TV Santa Claus. I don't know. So Brooksbank's already categorized this
Yeah.
person.
He's also trailing off like a 90s comedian. I don't know.
By the way, also could have been a woman. Let's not assign it to
Yeah,
a he.
wow.
I agree with that.
Jim, is there a woman, Jim?
I don't get it.
Are there women Jims?
Oh, no,
I'm
he's
sorry.
saying the person who did it could have.
Jim said
That this
he
guy.
this guy wants to be like a
sorry.
Santa.
I
I'm
had
like
dogs on the brain. I'm sorry.
assuming that it was a man.
Right.
Could have been a woman.
Michael Kroll stepping back in. Guys, I did rescue 2 dogs. I just want everyone to know that
Both dogs
Sir,
are
we
rescues.
get it.
they were going to be euthanized the next day.
One's
and I
an
came in and I
Italian
said,
cattle
I just
shepherd. The other just tries to round us up every morning.
Cannot
the,
let this happen.
The other one is a Great Dane Chihuahua mix. Just letting you know.
By the way, on the bright side, we did use these boxes for my fostered cats.
Yes.
Just a little
Yes.
home for them
Yes.
to be in.
Because
I
I
often
care.
foster cats as well, and then we send them out to people. But
Here's
anyway.
video of the person leaving the TVs. Look at this, guys.
How are they creeping? All right. By the
They
way,
have
this
a TV on
their
their
head. Oh
I
my
can't see
god,
it.
this is so cool. I love
It's like
them.
that's like a dope music video.
By the way, what is this? A Daft Punk video?
Could you
Thank
imagine if you in real time you watch that happen? You'd be scared shitless.
Okay, so the guy. By the way, they clearly were doing that, knowing that they
were
would
going to be videotaped.
There is this chance, and a good one, that's a very specific type of sleepwalking,
Stop.
where they put the television on their
Who
head.
are
and they-
you, Mike Birbiglia?
Look at Jim's Brooksbank.
Oh god,
That is exactly who I think Jim's Brooksbank
is. If Guy Fieri didn't cook.
Brooksbank is like Trader
or-
Joe's
or if
stole
he
that
cooked
shirt
more
from
and
me.
didn't have a show because he wasn't eating out.
No, he says
Take it to
this a
Flavor
lot.
Town.
No, John Daly looks like me.
Brooksbank wears a white T-shirt under everything.
Yeah, he looks like a Dan Aykroyd character too.
Guys, you have to see this. It's on the Facebook page. If you're not on the Facebook page, and you listen.
Yeah,
to this
join the Facebook page and also join the Patreon. Those are 2 things you
Two
have to
things
do.
you
If
need
you
to do
haven't
right
done it, do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Lieutenant Matt Pekka with the Henrico Police said more than one person wearing a mask resembling a television. No, it was a television.
It's not a
Dropped
mask.
off the TVs to a majority of the homes throughout the community.
Yep.
Many residents were alerted by security devices of these unwanted deliveries, Pekka said. As a result, Henrico Police and Solid Waste Divisions worked together to remove how many TVs do you think were left in this neighborhood by bored, drugged up college students?
What do you think? How many TVs?
I'd guess somewhere between 800 and 2,000.
No, that's the
That is-
same
no,
thing you
I
did
wouldn't
on
go
the.
with
No,
that.
It's just a
Too
decent
low.
range.
You're way too low.
I'm going to stick to my answer.
Stop.
Come on.
Give me a real-
1800.
Give a real answer.
You can do 1800
All right,
again.
I'm sorry. You have to come in here and give a real
No, give a real answer.
All right, how many TVs? I would say, 22.
22.
Jay?
Good guess.
40.
Good guess.
71.
Nice guess. The total number of TVs spread throughout this neighborhood in the middle of the night by a person wearing a TV as a mask.
No, it's
Before you do it, can we do something we haven't done in a long time?
Yeah,
And
let's-
can we the fingers on the table for a
Yes.
drum roll?
Yeah.
Does that
Well,
help your OCD?
Is this the tapping?
It's
the tapping?
unaffected by it.
Okay.
But
Okay.
could you set us up first? And when you say is, instead of saying is, you go is and hold that while we
Sure,
did it.
of course.
Cool.
WNBC. Okay. As a result, the police and the waste division worked together to remove the number of TVs
Number of TV is.
is 50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was that 40?
They say more than 50, so that's probably 52.
Could have been 71.
It depends. If a guy said it, it's probably half. If a girl said it,
Who
it's probably
knows?
double.
Who knows?
Yes. Is that
Just
the
hold my
thing?
hand,
Is that
hold
the?
my
Have you heard that before?
No.
No.
Yeah, it's the thing. Like when people talk about how many people they sleep with, girls cut their number in half and guys double it.
Oh.
So I guess mine is around 5 million.
What?
So 2.5 million?
So 2.5 million.
Oh,
No,
In
no.
just
I
over
was
an
just
hour.
trying to be cool.
Who's asking about
Mine's
anybody's
11.
number anymore?
No.
In just over an hour, officers were able to
Isn't that
speak
your
with-
sleep number?
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
only number you should care about.
That's your sleep with number.
Sleep with number.
What's
your
just over an
SWN?
hour, officers were able to speak with residents and remove a lot of unwanted televisions, which means some of them
Yeah.
were wanted.
I'll
Maybe
keep it.
Kroll can adopt him.
You know what? I'm going to keep mine on but it's going to be a porch TV.
Brooksbank said officers made quick work of collecting the TVs. No one cares. It's him being like, you
And
guys
I
are doing good.
guarantee you he used that phrase. They made quick work.
Quick work of it.
I'm Brooksbank.
Yep.
I use phrases
I have
like that.
a close relationship with the police. Actually, they got a couple of Dalmatians from the dogs that I rescued.
Wow, that's so
I
good.
didn't know you
Again,
rescue
doesn't
dogs. This is the
nope,
first time I'm
doesn't
hearing
pertain.
it.
Yeah.
It's the first time we're hearing it.
It's got
Well,
nothing
I
to do
find
with
them
the
and they're hurt, and I feed them, and I let them into the home. I
That's
don't know.
basically
feels like
rescuing.
nothing to do with the
Anybody
story.
would do this.
Brooksbank went on to say, no one should have to go to the dump, pay the $3, and have to dispose of someone else's garbage. Okay, sir, we're wrapping it up. Police urge anyone who
The
knows,
dump.
who saw any suspicious activity to call the
Suspicious.
police. Quote, it's summer, and people were getting ready to go back to school. All right, Brooksbank, thanks
I
so
don't
much.
understand what any of this is.
Maybe TV Man was just ready to strike and put a little humor into our lives. Again, we have closed the van. Everything is packed
We're
up.
done getting quotes, sir.
Right. Vintage TVs were left on Henrico front porches in 2018. Rob Shore told WTVR CBS 6 last year that she was leaving for work on Thursday when she spotted what she assumed to be a package on her front door. I told my husband to get the package from the front door. Shore's husband,
That, by the way, says a lot
Honey?
about their relationship. Get it!
honey, what are you doing? Talking to Brooksbank. Can you go get the package off the front door? Shore's husband instead found a
Honey,
Toshiba.
it's been sitting out there all night. If you're not going to get it, then why did I marry you?
Yep.
Right. This is what I love. Shore's husband instead found a Toshiba FST black stripe television dated February 1986, as though anyone would be like, what was the model?
Yeah.
Also, Brooksbank is now walking. You guys still writing this story? He took a picture of it and sent it to me and said, Amazon must be getting lazy. Where do you want this? So the husband thinks she ordered a
Amazon
TV
must
from
be getting lazy is like the new old person joke.
It looks like a TV from Back to the Future. That doesn't make any logical sense.
There was one TV in Back to the Future. One.
Right.
Do you know when the TV is? It because I just saw the movie.
Well,
with
I
my
know for
10-year-old
sure
son.
that there's another one,
Well, there's
that
one
you're
in
not
2.
thinking of.
There's
one
one in
and
Back to the
2.
Future 2 that's the screen.
So
Yeah,
there's-
the BB for pork.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah.
was thinking.
So in
But in
one,
original-
there were two TV. Actually, three.
There's the one
There
they
was 9
wheeled over that
televisions.
everyone was watching.
There was
in
the one where they wheel over in the 1950s
dinner.
because they got to
And the
dinner.
father's like,
And that was in the first one.
What's a rerun?
So what's
a rerun?
Yeah.
And then there's the one that they're watching where the father's watching the TV instead of listening to.
Yes.
That's in the early version. And then there is the
And Doc is watching one.
Doc
That's
isn't
what I thought.
watching
Oh, it's on
one.
in the back,
It's
though, yeah.
on in the very opening scene where they pan across his workroom and they talk about the news report of the stolen plutonium. But that's it.
It's
3
it.
TVs in the whole movie.
The only part that sticks with me when he tells, was it his uncle? He's like, you better get used to living behind these bars. Remember
Yes.
that what he says?
Yeah, he says it.
I don't know why. That always
He
You know,
said, get used to those bars.
I have a little piece of interesting trivia. How many Felix the Cat clocks are there in the first movie?
one.
Yeah.
nice.
There's one in the beginning. That's the opening pan
Felt
shot.
like a god dog sort of thing.
Yeah.
Shore,
Well, it feels like a what?
like remember when you said God's the only dog's the only one?
Oh, I
felt
just
like it
heard
would
dog.
be.
I got
only-
excited about going to rescue some of these.
Oh, wait.
No.
Do you rescue dogs?
I find them. I help
Okay,
them. They
all right.
help me.
Right.
And they
I've
give
never
them
heard
homes.
this. The first time I'm here.
You know, dogs are really smart.
they are.
Shore posted the
They're like
picture to
human.
the neighborhood discussion page. That's something you always want to do, where she found out she wasn't the only victim and that she needs to bring her trash cans in a day sooner. I'm joking. Apparently, down the road, they have lots of TVs delivered to their house. As she said, people were calling them Trojan horses, saying, "Don't put them inside your house. Who knows what can happen?"
What do they think is
People
gonna-
will say
What do you
that.
think this is
Multiple
Halloween
people thought
3?
that.
Yeah, nothing's gonna happen.
is
If
like
you let it in,
Brad
it's like the
Williams
ring.
gonna break out
if
of
you
one of
watch it, it will come in and ruin
right.
your life.
That's right.
That
However-
also sounds like Field of Dreams in a way that you reworded that.
If you watch
That's
it, you
They
will come.
They will come.
yeah. Yeah.
The time from a couple years ago, neighbors estimated that 20 vintage televisions were left at homes throughout the neighborhood, but it remained
I
unclear.
thought it was 50.
Well, this is the one from earlier. We covered the first time.
Again,
We're now
all I'm
talking
thinking about is
the
getting home and feeding these pups the food
That's-
that I eat. I'm
Again,
sorry.
sir.
How
no
is there
need-
not a porn movie called Field of Wet Dreams? If you see
I
her,
thought you were gonna say
if you,
Boob Tube.
Do you
if
know there isn't?
If you see her, you will come.
He's looking it up right now.
Okay.
It remained
I want it in
unclear
his search history.
whether a crime.
Like you get in trouble.
No.
Try it.
searching that.
Try and purgatory closet that off your phone.
It became unclear whether a crime had been committed.
All right, there you
Story.
go.
Wow.
Field
look
of
at
Wet. Field of Wet Dreams, 1992.
Of course it was. And what's the tagline? If you
If you build it, they will
will
come.
come.
No, I don't know. I'm pulling it up.
Okay. All right, there you go. That's segment 2.
Yes.
Now, can you tease us a little bit of what we got in the segment 3?
A man needed courage and got there in the worst way.
All right. We got Rick Glassman with us. We're going to take a little break, and we come back. Segment 3, Dumb People Town. Stay with us.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more Dumb People Town.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. Want to talk about a couple dates coming up for all of us.
Yeah, we do.
Live shows we have coming up.
We've got a live Largo show on December 2nd with Weird Al Yankovic and
Aisha Tyler.
Aisha Tyler, and music by David Longstreth, the lead singer from Dirty Projectors. It is going to be awesome. Get your tickets now because
That
show
is live
will
Dumb
sell
People
out.
Town at Largo. That will sell out. Get your tickets. Also, come see us in Austin, Texas. We are at Cap City, which is one of the best comedy clubs in the country. The 14th, 13th, 14th, 15th, something like that.
Yep.
Go see us there. And Dan, what about you? What do
My
you got?
album, Thanks Diane, comes out this Friday.
Pick it up.
Friday, November 15th. You can also pre-order it right now if you go to danielvankirk.com. But I would really appreciate anyone who likes me from this show.
Leave
and,
a good
wants to
review.
support what I'm doing.
It's a
Pick
good.
up Thanks, Diane.
Jay was there for the taping. He said
I
was
saw it
incredible.
live, and
Yeah.
it was a particularly electric night. We've
Thanks.
watched that material develop from when Dan really started doing stand-up. It's a really amazing debut album, so go pick it up.
Oh, that's
It's a great
awesome.
way to
Congrats,
support.
man.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. And I'm on the road right now. This is, I imagine, the 12th. So tonight I am in Louisville. And then tomorrow night on the 13th, I will be in Cincinnati. The 14th in Milwaukee. And on the 15th, if you're in the area, you can come to
Rochelle,
Rochelle, Illinois.
Dan goes
Dan's
home.
hometown.
for the final stop on the Together tour.
The
And
day
that's-
the album comes out.
Same day Thanks Diane drops. And we'll be selling them there, hard copies. And if you come to any of these live shows, I should have merch there where you can buy the album right after
And
the
he'll
show.
cite it for you.
And
That
speaking of merch, we have a new sweatshirt for Scarborough Country.
softest, best sweatshirt ever.
It
Old
is
school, right?
It is so good. It's so great. Go to fluffycrate.com.
Type in Sklar and all the material, even for Dumb People Town, all that stuff. It's a perfect thing to do for shopping.
Holidays
Holiday
rolling
season.
around. Get your
Inexpensive, but a great way to get that fan what he or she wants. People can see your dates and see you live doing
Yeah,
stuff.
rickglassman.com, but I don't want to waste any time of it. The only thing I wanted to do is say, check out
Take your shoes off.
Take your shoes off.
Do it
Dude,
on
we're gonna
YouTube
check it
and
out.
the
We're
podcast.
gonna come and do it. We just forced our way onto your podcast.
Speaking of coming and doing it, would you take a look at that?
What's it?
Oh, it's the poster for Field of Wet Dreams.
Field of Wet Dreams.
Now, Randy, you know he's gonna have to watch his phone even more because you're handling it.
I'm on the
gonna watch
The
outside.
it
of it.
dirtiest thing about it is what I'm showing him right now. Read what it says. It's
If
disgusting.
if they build it, I will come.
Is that what it is?
That's it.
It's kind of selfish.
I was close.
All right, you guys
If
ready
I
for a third
see her, I
story?
will come. Okay, yes.
Sent in by Joe Luttrell at The Gentleman Joe.
Love this dude.
I love him too. He tells people when they send me fake stories.
I had to open it up to see if she was flicking off the camera because it does kind of look like she's
mad about
giving
it.
it the bit.
But
the bird.
what do you know what she's doing? This
She's
is.
saying like, "Come here."
Do you know why
Come
she's
hither.
saying that?
Oh, to come into the cornfield.
Well, no, it's also a pun, which visual pun. A lot of people don't know this.
Come.
It's actually called a nup, which is the come here is the finger move that you use to hit. That's right, the G spot, or as I like to call it, the Glassman spot. Do you have a sound
Oh.
effect you could put in there?
No,
No,
we
we
don't.
don't.
Okay.
We don't, and we
drops.
never will.
Well,
Get
we
one.
have them on. Take your shoes off. That's take your shoes off.
Oh.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
A man who was nervous about turning himself into the cops decided to drink Budweiser beers before going to a Texas jail. The plan did not end well. And it all could have been avoided because here's the headline. Man chugs beers for courage to surrender to jail, finds out he's not wanted.
He chugs beer to get ready to go to jail.
You needed
Do we
the
know
courage.
why he thought he had? Maybe
will.
it is okay.
How many beers do you think he drank? How many did he need to get up the gumption
to go to jail.
to
I'd
go
say
and turn
somewhere
himself
between
in?
800 and 2,000.
Stop!
I'm sorry, guys.
Guessing that
I'm
every
not.
time.
It's a big range.
God damn
It
it!
is a
Fine,
big range.
22.
22.
Okay.
That's fair.
It's
Jay.
I'm gonna say 8.
8.
Chugging 8 beers is a lot.
I think he chugged 10.
10. One of you is one number off.
Oh, 21.
You want to go 21? Anybody else?
I'll go 11.
11?
I'll go 9.
Okay.
23. Fuck.
You're right.
Billy Bob Hall consumed, the number of beers he consumed is 7.
Yeah.
Jay wins and loses.
Yeah.
Yes,
loses.
because I didn't trust my own number.
Billy Bob Hall, BBH if you're nasty, walked into the lobby of the Parker County Jail in Weatherford about 7 p.m. Monday. This comes to us from the Star Telegram, by the way.
Billy Wayne, who?
Billy
Bob.
Bob Hall
Billy Bob Hall.
Yeah, he better just go by Baby Billy from now on.
BBH.
BBH.
BBH is my favorite drunk Star Wars character.
I just need the
Drunk.
courage.
It's my favorite drunk droid.
I'll get in that TIE fighter when I'm done drinking. Bleep, blop, bleep, blop, bleep.
Hey, Luke, guess who isn't your father?
I got an oil leak. All right.
I've never understood one thing Chewbacca said.
I'm never the droid anyone's looking for.
He's so sad.
Great. Billy Bob Hall, BBH. Oh. He walked in about 7 p.m. Monday, which means he spent all day. I'll do it today. Today I'm going.
I'm going.
He probably said all weekend, then Sunday's like, I'll go tomorrow.
I'll turn myself in. Sir, you've got nothing to
He
turn
walked
yourself
in and told someone he was wanted by the cops. That doesn't mean it was even a cop.
It could have been someone waiting.
Kid like
Right.
it outside.
I'm here, turn me in. I'm here to visit my dad. Okay, well, lock me up.
Get ready.
So put out. I'm here. I'm finally here.
I'm here.
He also was arrested because it turned out he drove himself there.
Probably. According to a police report, Hall thought he'd missed a parole check-in about 2 weeks earlier. So he spent 2 weeks just stressing.
Stressing.
Do I
sheriff's
go
deputy-
Stress drinking.
A sheriff's deputy met with Hall, who mentioned he was drunk. Hi, sir. You wanted to talk to a cop? I'm drunk. I'm drunk. There's nothing you can do about it. The deputy said he smelled the strong odor of alcohol on Hall's breath.
Of course he did.
Hall advised he had to drink to build up the courage to turn himself in. However, when the sheriff's office checked its computer, records showed that Hall wasn't actually wanted on any warrants.
Yeah.
But that didn't mean he'd go free. The sheriffs arrested Hall at the jail, and he was charged with public intoxication.
And
Look at
drinking
that.
and driving.
Yeah.
Drinking and driving. Look at that.
And his biggest complaint was Amazon.
Amazon is really,
Lazy.
and there's just not
Amazon.
enough dogs for me to adopt. All right, there you go. That's a show. If you want to follow Rick Glassman, he's on Twitter at
Twitter, Instagram at Rick Glassman.
Rick Glassman. Go ahead and check out Take Your Shoes
Why don't
Off.
you take your shoes off, check out his podcast, and watch the episodes as they are videoed beautifully on the YouTube.
Buy Dan's album. Support
do.
us any way you can. Follow us all. And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, calm down. It's Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue.
A podcast network.